After 5 or so years of being married, I realized with intensity that I wanted to be a mom. The journey began and we found out that we were pregnant in 2008. And we were thrilled. We were absolutely thrilled. And we told everybody. It was to the point where we could tell people. And we lost that baby very soon after sharing the news with people. And we're absolutely devastated.
The low, spiritually, emotionally, for me, was definitely our first miscarriage. It was just devastating. When we went in for our first ultrasound, so excited to finally have hope, we got somewhere. Yeah, and then the doctor comes in and tells us that the baby's heart stopped beating and that you don't have a baby anymore.
No one can prepare you for how devastating it is to lose a child. When that life is taken from you, there's no preparing you for the grief and the loss and the heartache.
And my younger brother had kids, and we started kind of watching how that whole thing happened, and then before you know it, everybody around us is having kids, and we're kind of starting to go, okay, why isn't this happening for us?
We heard that sometimes it takes about a year, and little did we know that it would be 9. And those 9 years were full of agony, of discouragement, of despair.
We went as far down every avenue as we felt comfortable going.
And it wasn't just the fertility center we were working with. I was working with naturopaths, and I was on different supplements, and I got the mercury taken out of my mouth because mercury can sometimes cause infertility.
And we just felt like we had kind of exhausted the options. We felt like we'd done everything there is to do. We've tried everything there is to try, done.
We did come to a place where we said enough is enough with the doctors and the treatments and all of that, because it was too discouraging to get bad news, and my heart just couldn't take it anymore.
I remember just looking over at her and I couldn't bear her sadness anymore, and just telling her, like, listen, this is not gonna happen for us.
And it was like all of the hope that I held in my heart, and all of the strength and all of the stamina and the endurance that I had, it came gushing out, and I just felt like I was completely in despair. And I said to Jay, amidst sobs, I feel like God is sobbing with me right now. I feel His compassion deeply right now, because this is not the way it was meant to be. Life is meant to be, and if you desire for life to be, then why wouldn't it happen? And it was maybe 5 months later, 6 months later, that all of a sudden we got pregnant. So I don't know if something happened that night where I literally let go, but all I know is that the timing of when we found out that we were pregnant, it couldn't have been more amazing or more divine. I now understand better what it means when God says He loves us, when God says He wants to give us the desires of our hearts, when God says that God sees us and knows us intimately. I feel that now in such new ways.
We have a baby, and she will always be a reminder to me of the fact that God's goodness is bigger than my doubt.
I wish I could say that I understood clearly why God allowed 9 years of waiting. I think there will be clarity as we continue through our life.
I don't even want to try to guess at what God's purposes are for why He allows us to go through what we do, and I'm well aware that He gave me what I thought in what I thought in my mind was impossible, what I eventually thought in my spirit was impossible, he made it happen. And it's beyond doctors, what doctors told us, it's beyond what good sense told me, but she's here, and she will always be a reminder to me of the fact that it doesn't even matter if my hope's big enough. God is still working in our lives.